Welcome back to another episode of Get Started Investing, a podcast where we try and answer the most common money and investing questions from our community. Now, if you've just joined us, a massive welcome. We do strongly recommend that you scroll up and start at episode 1. While we are licensed, we are not aware of your personal circumstances. All information on this show is for entertainment and education purposes. Any advice is general advice. But with that said, my name is Bryce, and as always, I'm joined by my equity buddy, Ren. How are you?
Bryce, I'm very good. Very excited for this episode. It is my favorite time of the month where we do our $100 challenge episodes.
Yeah.
We're all about investing for the long term here, and this stat stood out to us so much that we decided to build a whole content series around it. If we took $100 a month and invested it in the broad overall market and just got the average market return, over 40 years, that turns into $350,000.
Love it.
We actually had a look at the last 40 years in Australia, and it turns into closer to $500,000. But, you know, conservatively, we say $350,000. And so that has spawned the $100 challenge, where this year, every month, we either try and save and earn an extra $100. And it started pretty simple. I was going to stop buying lunch and take packed lunch, or, you know, make coffee at work rather than buying coffee. You were going to cull some of your streaming service subscriptions. You did a cupboard clean out, and you were going to sell those clothes at the local markets. But from those humble beginnings, we've spawned a whole different type of $100 challenge. And now you're trying to be a drop shipping mogul.
That's right, Ren.
But it's all in the aim of earning some extra cash and putting that cash into the market.
Yes. Well, what an episode. What a wind up.
Yeah. Well, I feel like it's important to contextualize how we got here for people that are new here. Because otherwise it's like, why are these guys trying to build a drop shipping business?
Well, if you're new, you can head to our website, and on the resources page, you'll find the $100 challenge landing page where you can track everything that we've done from March through until now and the money that we've made. So check it out. It'll give you a good example, as well as what some of the listeners have done and some of our team members here at Equity Mates. There's been some great ideas, but you're right, Ren, we're now moving on to bigger and better things. So, Ren, to kick off, we have an opportunity for everyone to make not only $100 but $500. We are looking to grow the Equity Mates and Get Started Investing community on our newsletters. And rather than paying for ads and pushing that money across Google and Facebook, we are giving away 3 $500 bills and groceries prize packs to our community if they sign up and then refer a friend on our newsletter.
2 friends.
2 friends.
Or family.
Yes,
yeah.
or family.
Yeah, that's it. $250 towards your bills, $200 voucher for either Woolworths or Coles, and a $50 voucher for BWS. $500 cost of living prize packs. To find out more, any Equity Mates email has all of the details. If you're not subscribed to an Equity Mates email, go to equitymates.com/email to subscribe. The competition's running until the end of October, so jump on and get on board.
Love it. All right, well, let's keep moving. Ren, it's your turn to tell me what you're going to do to earn or save an extra $100.
All right, Bryce. Well, before I tell you what I'm going to do this month, last month I'd come back from Europe and I just wanted to get back to basics. So some of the important money-saving things that I'd done earlier this year, I just wanted to reinstitute. Stop buying coffees and make them in the office. Bring packed lunch. Don't buy lunch. Just, you know, money hygiene. Like cut Uber Eats, all that stuff. I've bought more than my fair share of coffees this month. That one I haven't done too well on, and I say that as I've got a takeaway coffee cup in front of me. But have you seen me buying lunch?
I don't pay too much attention.
Well, if you had been paying attention, you would see that I've done pretty well with that.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
I feel like I'm getting back in good money habits. And so this month I'm going to keep the good money habits, just keep spending to a minimum, make my own lunch, make my own coffee, that kind of stuff. But it's time to join you on your quest to try and make more money as well.
Nice.
I'm not going to start a drop shipping business. I'll support you with yours.
Fair call.
I'll own 50% of it as it's a business under the Equity Mates umbrella.
No, it's not.
But have you heard of Amazon Mechanical Turk?
No idea.
Okay, so you heard of AI?
I have heard of AI.
All the buzz these days. All AI is just computers trained on bucket loads of data.
Yes.
And then it's just predictive. It's like based on the 100 million data points I've been trained on, I can predict what I need to generate.
Yep.
That's essentially what generative AI is.
Yes.
How do we create the 100 million data points to train AI on?
How do we create the 100 million data points?
How do we organize and sort and properly label and categorize all of this unstructured data in the world to be able to train AI?
Capture.
Well, yeah, actually, a little bit.
I'm not a robot.
Whenever you have to identify like the 4 squares with a motorbike in it, or like which ones have a stop sign, that is then fed into training AI. But artificial intelligence requires a lot of human intelligence at the moment. And there's a couple of different platforms. So there's an Australian company, Appen, that created these massive data sets to train AI on and then sold it to like the big tech companies. But Amazon Mechanical Turk is another platform where you can sign up and help structure and train, help categorize data essentially, and get paid for it. You get paid in Amazon.com gift cards if you're not in the US. And so I figured, I did online surveys earlier this year, and that wasn't a great money spinner.
No.
So I figured I'd have a look at this. And there are some, you just Google Amazon Mechanical Turk. Also, the Mechanical Turk, for those interested, do you want to know the origins of the word, or do you not care?
Well, people may be interested why it's called Amazon Mechanical Turk.
Yeah, like back in the day, there was like a chess playing like robot that was created in like the Middle Ages, and everyone had their minds blown. Turns out that there was actually someone hidden in a compartment underneath, and they were playing, and
Under
it was
the table.
Yeah, and it looked like it was a mechanical, but it was actually a person.
Right.
So it was a person. There was the person doing all the work,
Gotcha.
but it looked like
A
AI
robot.
or a robot.
Yeah.
And that's the same principle here. That like this is the human effort behind
behind
flashy
AI.
artificial intelligence. So anyway, I went on the website and had a look, and there are some tasks which give real online survey flashbacks, like this. Extract general data and items from shopping receipt.
Oh my God.
You get paid 1 cent per receipt.
Per receipt, not per item.
Yeah. So it's like, like, can an AI read what's on a receipt? No, you got to train it to do that. So you categorize 1 million receipts, and then you train the AI, and it knows how to read the 1,000,001st receipt. So that's one. So I was like, oh, this doesn't look great. But then there's some more interesting ones. Identifying addresses in Atlanta, Georgia, $3.15.
Per address.
Not bad, I think, for a bunch of them. Address identification in Brampton, Ontario, $7.50. Okay, now we're talking. There's actually a lot of identifying addresses. I guess AI is not very good at that. But there's a whole bunch of other things. Menu transcriptions. Tell us what item this is. And essentially all you're doing is categorizing data. I was like, all right, this could be interesting. It did occur to me that a lot of my ideas are just real, like getting paid for my labor.
Time suck. Yeah, massive time suck.
But I was already like kind of down this path, and I was like, I think this would be an interesting thing to bring to the show. A lot of people wouldn't have heard about it. I figured, like if I'm on the couch watching TV at night and I'm just punching out a few, like, what item is this? Like, let's see how much money I can make.
Okay.
So I signed up. Amazon said, we'll get back to you in a few days. I was on the bus this morning coming in, and I got this email.
Okay.
Greetings from Amazon Mechanical Turk. We have completed our review of your Amazon Mechanical Turk worker account, and you will not be permitted to work on Mechanical Turk at this time.
Why?
Please note that customer support is unable to change this decision and cannot share insight into invitation criteria. If our criteria for invitation changes, we may contact you to complete your registration in the future.
You're Australian, maybe?
So I've just been completely pie.
So
No, so I was looking online that people from all over the world do this. But I was reading on Reddit that a lot of people have been rejected from like Germany and Australia, just like around the world. And I was like, maybe is it? And I was wondering like, yeah, what the go was. Apparently people just get rejected for no reason and then might get invited months or, weeks or months later, and then might get invited weeks or months later. And it's really maybe to keep supply and demand constant.
Right.
Things are going for 1 cent. There's probably already a lot of supply of workers on the platform. But unfortunately, that really put a spanner in my $100 challenge because I found that out this morning.
So, long story short is...
I'm just going to just try not to spend much time.
You're back to basics again.
Yeah. So I don't really have anything this month. But hey, how interesting is Mechanical Turk?
Well, I mean... loosely interesting. It's no, I mean like
all right.
It's one of
Give
those.
us something more interesting.
No, as in like the as you pointed out, the effort required to
Yeah.
If you're getting paid a cent per receipt, it feels like there'd be a lot of heavy lifting involved. Not so much heavy lifting, but a lot of lifting involved to make some meaningful coin.
Yeah, I don't think I'd do that one. It would have been interesting to see like what, I don't know, a couple of hours a week.
What you could
like. I could punch out receipts pretty quickly.
Well, yeah. Surely there's also, I guess not, but like even if when you put a camera over a receipt, it'll turn it into text.
Here's how I found out about this, because on Thought Starters in our a Monday email. By the way, sign up to our emails. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I included this article about how a growing number of AI data sets are being created using AI because people are like signing up to platforms like this and then punching all the receipts into like a Google Lens and then just putting that information in. And then what the risk is it's not correcting AI biases, but it's reinforcing them because the AI is then reading data sets and then being trained on what its output was, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you want to find out more about that, sign up to our weekly email. But that introduced me to this Amazon Mechanical Turk platform, and the rest is everything that I just said before.
Nice. Back to basics for you then, Ren.
That's it.
Nice. Nothing wrong with that though.
Maybe this week I'll actually wean myself off buying coffees and I'll go back to.
And I'll I'll pay close attention to what your lunch habits.
Thanks.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and then on the other side, we're going to have a look at my progress with the $100 challenge and where we're up to with the drop shipping kingdom that we're trying to build. So stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Get Started Investing. We're talking the $100 challenge. Ren has just enlightened us on Amazon Mechanical Turk.
Yeah. Something I will not be doing.
Unfortunately got pied on the way in on the bus this morning, so has been left stranded, but we'll continue with the back to basics for the $100 challenge, not buying coffees or lunch. But it is my turn, Ren, and as you said at the top, last challenge, I said that I wanted to build something that would generate ongoing income.
Yeah.
But it was with the caveat that it would take a bit of time. And that was the drop shipping business model.
Yeah.
Quick refresher, drop shipping is essentially where you create a website, you find suppliers who plug into the back of the website for products that you want to sell. People then buy through your website, but when the order goes in, it just goes straight to the supplier and they deliver it. Me or us as the business owners don't have to buy any of the inventory or be involved in any of the logistics. We're purely at the front marketing the product.
Yeah.
It's taken off. It's massive. Lots of young kids love it on YouTube, driving around Ferraris. So they claim.
Yeah. And Bryce wants to be one
And
of
I'm
them.
going to be one of them. So according to Google, the steps were you need to choose a niche, do some competitor research, find a reputable dropshipper, build your online store, market the business, and then analyze and improve. Pretty simple.
Okay.
So I said that the budget was going to be about $268 through to the end of 2023. That was to set up Shopify, which is the back end that I'm going to use, and then also put some money towards marketing. So where am I at? I've set up Shopify. Good news is I'm getting 3 months for $3.
Okay, great.
And then it goes to 56. So I've got 3 months to get my first sale out the door.
Yep.
So that's really given a lot back to my marketing budget, which we'll get to in a moment. Obviously, the main thing here is finding a product. Last time we spoke, Ren, you were really bullish on the idea of getting a really niche, weird and wacky kitchen item.
No, that's the thing. It's not niche. It's just weird and wacky. But like the most effective dropshippers I see are like, bathroom or kitchen products where it's something that's broadly applicable, but no one really has seen before. Like a weird onion chopping thing, or like a new kitchen or bathroom caddy, or people have like different things they put in their sink to like make it easier to wash up.
Yeah.
So things that are broadly applicable, so not niche. And then there's like a really effective video showing how cool this thing is.
Yes.
Or how helpful it is.
Yes.
That for me, that is like quintessential drop shipping. And because it's just plastic from China, you buy it from Alibaba for like 5 cents and you sell it for $5. So you get good margin on it.
Mate, more than $5, $24.99.
Well, yeah. Like, and for me, that is like quintessential dropshipping.
Yes,
So I was quite
yeah.
bullish on that. But
Yes.
this is your thing.
So I started playing around with Google Trends to get a sense of like, because you want high search volume. If you don't have the ability to execute an amazing marketing campaign, you still want it to be a product that is generally searched for.
Yeah, I think go on.
What were you going to say?
I think like people far less smart than you have executed good marketing campaigns online.
Yeah.
Like you have the ability to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just, do you have the belief?
Yes, absolutely. So I started, so that the most popular and successful dropshipping is actually in fashion and accessories.
Okay.
It's just like huge volume, low per unit cost from the Alibaba in China, but you can sell it pretty decent margin, and just constant purchasing. So I typed it in, and I'm starting the shop. I think the caveat is my shop is not going to be a single product.
Okay.
It's going to be multiple
Well,
products.
it doesn't really matter because most drop shipping would be like an Instagram video ad with a buy now, and it takes you straight through to the buy page. Like people aren't going to be going through the front door of your website.
No, they're not. So then I thought about what other drivers do we have here? So we have timing. We're coming in here in Australia to summer. We've got the festive season coming up. People are going to be thinking about gifts. They're going to be thinking about getting back into the summer vibe.
Yeah, a Christmas drop shipping business would do well.
Yeah, so
Just
then
like presents sorted.
presents, but like then I'm thinking cost of living. Like you don't want something that's a high, like per item cost. You don't want the electric scooters in the hundreds of dollars. You still want that low.
Also,
sort of,
there's a trust element. Like if you're getting up into that range, like people aren't going to buy an electric scooter from Bryce's bargains.com. Like they're going to buy it from the manufacturer, get the warranty, all that stuff.
Exactly.
Like you want something maybe like a kitchen or bathroom item that's $24.99, and if it isn't great, it's like that's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So then, long story short is to start finding suppliers. And so there are businesses that exist as pure drop shipping suppliers, and what they do is they're like the middleman. They will go out and find your product and then send it through. You need an ABN to really effectively get in and log in. So I had an ABN back at uni when I was selling sunglasses under the trading name Summer Days.
Summer Days.
And so I thought the easiest way to get this, and it had expired about 12 months ago, the easiest way is you can just go in and reapply for that ABN if it's the same sort of structure, sole trader, summer days, blah, blah, blah. So I just went in, re-engaged that. I've got my ABN back.
Did that
plugged it
cost
in.
anything?
No.
Okay.
So ABN's plugged in. So I'm now signed up with Shopify, which is the front end, and 2 drop shipping companies. One called Dropship Zone here in Australia. You don't get the Asian unit pricing though. So then I'm like, I need to go to Asia to get the 2-cent products. So I'm with AliExpress as well.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I should say Shopify make this all super easy. Super easy.
Not an ad.
Not an ad at all. So what I've landed on, my store's called Summer Days, which is back from the days of university, Summer DAZE. And I'm going with accessories. I'm going to start with sunglasses because the search volume on sunglasses is ridiculous.
Well, it's funny you say that. I broke my sunnies recently, and Alice lost her sunnies at a hen's. So we are 2 sunglasses less people living in Coogee, moving into summer. So we are
Perfect.
prime customers.
Well, I'm just going to flick you my website where it's up at the moment. I'm going to put it in the WhatsApp for you and producer Sasha. You can jump on and have a look at that. The password is going to be summer to get in because it's not publicly available yet. But to give you a sense of where I'm at, I've got 1 product in there.
Well, sorry, I've just gone on it. So, Equity Mates, you might notice if you follow us on Instagram or something like that, there's a lot of typos, and I am responsible for my fair few. But Bryce he's like allergic to proofreading. There's a banner at the top of his website. Get ahead for Christums now. I think you mean Christmas, don't you?
I do.
Oh my
It's authentic.
God.
It's authentic. So where I'm at is I've got a supplier over in China that is plugged into the back end that I can search not only sunglasses, not only jewelry, but any product that we want, and you plug it in. It then brings in all of the information. So what I'm going to commit to over the next month, and I'll put this link in our show notes so that anyone who's listening along can check out the Summer Days website, is build out the product page, and then we need to choose 1 or 2 products that we can physically get to then do some videos for marketing. One thing that I thought would be good actually is hats for big heads. Because that's me.
That's a challenge close to your heart.
Yeah.
Super niche though.
Yeah, I know. Very niche. But there are a lot out there.
You've kind of inspired me with how easy you've made it all seem.
It's easy.
If you're going to, I kind of now want to do a weird and wonderful kitchen product.
Well, bring it on here.
Or do I do a I don't want to sort out an ABN. Can you do multiple dropshipping websites with the same ABN? Yeah, you could, couldn't you?
I guess so. Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll find. Maybe because my mechanical Turk thing didn't work, I'm going to join you in the dropshipping journey.
Okay.
I'm going to find a product.
Nice. Well, have a look, check it out. So where I'm at the moment is we're really now going down the path of building out more product, and also there's a whole heap of back-end stuff to look at, customer service, blah, 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 but marketing as well.
Nice.
So I'll commit to that by next month.
So I guess you told us the password for your website, but by the time this episode goes out, it will not be password protected.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the password will be quite ineffective because everyone knows it.
Yeah.
So okay, so you're gonna launch this month. Are we gonna get first sale by the next $100 challenge episode?
What it'll require is I need a physical product myself to do a video. So it's going to depend on the shipping times from
well,
China
maybe
to
not. Like
here.
people might listen to this and say they want to support Bryce.
True. Well, I've got a pair of Slater sunnies up.
$24.99.
$24.99. Polarized, male and female. There's multiple colors as well. If you click on the product, there's actually 7 colors available.
One piece of feedback is right now your lens colors are just like C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, C7. Let's get a bit of actual colors going on in there.
Yeah, so that's pulling straight from the supplier. I'm fast and loose here.
All right, well, look, I think that's enough about us. And we should remind ourselves that all of this dropshipping chat is in aid of our $100 challenge, where we're trying to earn some extra money to then invest in the stock market. Because we know even a little bit now, a couple of pairs of sunglasses here, a weird and wonderful kitchen product there, invested over a long period of time can really add up. But it's not the only way to make money, and the Equity Mates community have been getting around the $100 challenge.
Which is great. And we met Nick at the Dumb Money screening the other week.
He mentioned that he asked what we were doing for the $100 challenge, and then started talking about an idea that he has been pursuing, and you abruptly shut him up and said, stop talking, put your phone in his face and said, give me your number, save it for the podcast.
Yes.
And that's where we left it.
Well, let's give him a call to see how he's trying to earn an extra $100.
Hello.
Nick, it's Bryce and Ren from Equity Mates. How are you going?
Good, thanks. How are you guys?
Nick, we're good. We're excited to hear about what you've been doing. But maybe start with a little bit about yourself and where you're where you're coming from with all this.
Yeah. So I'm a 21-year-old uni student from Western Sydney, and I'm currently studying to become a high school teacher. I was on my work placement for the past 4 weeks, which is unfortunately unpaid, and I was thinking about ways to make a bit of extra cash on the side, and that's when I got into matched betting.
Nice. So the $100 challenge for you then is centered around match betting. So for people who are unaware of it, what is it?
I'll get into how I sort of found out about it, but I'm not really like a big punter or anything, unlike Bryce and his sports bet account. But yeah, I was having a gaze on since it was like final season, and I noticed a bookie was offering boosted odds on some random matches. But basically, I did the math, figured out that I could back that team with these boosted odds, and then lay it or back the other team with like a certain amount, so I'd win money either way, pretty much. Match betting is just basically when you take advantage of like boosted odds, bonus bets, and other promotions to like quote unquote bet on either team to win so that you make money regardless.
Yeah, now I've had a little bit of experience with this. Back when I was at uni, there was one bookie, I can't remember which one, that was doing boosted odds on rugby union. And so what we would do was we would bet on one team with the boosted odds through that bookie. I think the favourite through that bookie, and you'd get like sort of $2 odds. And then you'd bet on the underdog with another bookie, and the odds would be above $2. So if the underdog won, you would make money. And if the favourite won with the boosted odds, you'd get your money back.
Yeah.
And that was a fun little time at uni. So it's a nice throwback, I guess you're at uni and match betting continues. Big question is, are you actually making any money doing it?
So I know the name of the game is like the $100 challenge, but I'll give you some numbers. So between the 8th of September and the 22nd of September, so it's at roughly 2 weeks, I ended up making $1,944.
Wow.
Respect.
Okay.
That's
Nice.
more than the $100
Nice.
challenge.
I will, sorry to cut you off, but
No.
I will throw in a little disclaimer. You wouldn't necessarily make that much money all the time doing it, but I think what helped was a lot of these like initial sign up. So not sign up bonuses, but when you sign up, you'll get like deposit bonuses. Those were kind of hefty, which helped out the bulk of it.
Yeah, it's a good time to be doing it, I guess, with finals footy. Like all these bookies are, pumping the promotion.
Nick, two caveats for me. I think I also got around this at university, and we got around it, and it went through college. Everyone was getting on it, and it got to a point where, like the sports betting agencies shut you down if they figure out that you're doing this. Like it's not something that
which is
they
bullshit,
condone.
Which is bullshit because it's not illegal. It's just like
you're playing the system. Yeah, you're playing the system. And I think also, like to Ren's point, in his situation, you came out even, but there are obviously it's not always guaranteed that you will not lose money. So I think just a caveat to those listening that are looking to pick this up, that you can lose money match betting.
And I think like another big risk is like becoming like addicted to that buzz. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that you get from winning money. So yeah, it's definitely something that needs to be considered. Like you say with investing, you don't want your emotions to get the better of you, I guess.
So Nick, the $100 challenge is all about earning or saving a bit of extra money and then putting that money in the stock market. Because as we keep hitting $100 invested a month over 40 years at the average market rate of return turns into $350,000. So the question is, you've made over $1,000 doing this in a couple of weeks.
Mhm.
Has any of that gone into your investing account, or have you just put it back through the sports betting?
Yeah, nah. So I was smart enough to take my money out, I guess. But yeah, I DCA into a few different ETFs. But I've also just recently bought into the hype around ARM and Clavio, however you say it.
Okay, getting into the
Skinny
IPOs.
IPOs.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes, I guess.
Nice. Well, I think that's a fascinating way to make an extra bit of money. I'm sure it's piqued people's interests. We weren't going to say, what platforms and all of that stuff, but if people do want to learn more and maybe figure it out for themselves, what were the best resources you used to figure this out?
Yeah, so I kind of just happened to stumble across it and then ended up downloading a few different platforms and looking into it more. But I know that there is this one website called Bonus Bank, which seems pretty decent. They have like a free subscription option where you can do some like tutorials on match betting and whatnot. So it's pretty good.
Nice. Well, it's a whole other world, but yeah, if people can take some money off the bookies, great, because they certainly take enough money off Australians. So love that, Nick. Good luck with your studies, and I'm sure we'll speak again soon.
Yeah, awesome. Appreciate it, guys.
Now, Equity Mates, we don't often talk about gambling here on the podcast, but because we have just spoken about match betting, probably worth us saying, chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call 1-800-858-858 or visit gamblinghelponline.org.au.
Well, thanks to Nick. And if you have a $100 challenge idea, hit us up at contact@equitymates.com or on our Instagram. We'd love to get you on the show to hear about how you are saving or making an extra $100. But Ren, we'll leave it there. Plenty of work to do over the next month.
Plenty.
Plenty of work. Looking forward to it. We'll pick it up next week.